And welcome to my YouTube channel. I have a little video project that I have been trying to do, but I don't think I'm gonna make it in time to upload and post something for the week. I'm at least gonna try to post a video every week. That's what I'm gonna try to focus on. But right now I'm not in. I'm writing the script for it as we speak, and it's just a little hard as I want to get it right. I decided to do something a little more dastardly and interesting, something crazy and very far-fetched, and that is having an opinion on the internet. Because if there's one thing you're not allowed to have in the Pokemon community and on the internet, is an opinion on where Pokemon games should be ranked. Because some are good and some are garbage. Let's go Pikachu and let's go Eevee. We're gonna put that into the E tier. This game, I wanna hold on. Let me just, because I have played all these games. I am a massive Pokemon nerd. These games are not bad. I want a preference. I don't hate any of these games, and I would play them to hell and back over and over and over again. Some more than others, but specifically, like, I would play them, but there's some I just would rather play more than others. This game, it doesn't suck. Actually, you know what? Let's put that into D tier. It doesn't suck. I think it did a lot of things right. The fact that it kept the original 150, because this was a remake, in a sense, of Pokemon Yellow. The catching feature, while it was interesting, got stale very quickly. I did like the fact that you get to fight all those trainers and have like a mastery of that one specific Pokemon. I thought that was pretty cool and interesting, to say the least. But I was not a fan of that whole little catching feature. Had they made it exactly how they did Pokemon Yellow, excuse me, I think this game right here would honestly rate a little higher. That being said, we'll rate Pokemon Yellow a C rank, because it is, I think, a way better version of the original Pokemon Red and Blue, which I will put into C rank as well, but I'll put Yellow ahead of Pokemon Red and Blue, only because it is a better game compared to Red and Blue. I will be putting Red and Blue into C rank because, well, it's the baseline, you know? That's what we would really base every other game off of. It is buggy, it is glitchy, it has, the moves are so weird, because rap, as long as you were faster, you could decimate an entire village in the matter of seconds. Like, the game is buggy and glitchy, but it was their first game. Can you really blame them? A company that was going bankrupt? Come on now. These games right here, I will rate them there. I think that's a very good place, and I can't see myself rating them any other place. Alright. Gold and Silver. Can you guess where I'm putting these? C tier. I would prefer Gold and Silver over Red and Blue any day. I'm going to tell you right now, these games are just, they're a gem that needs a lot of polishing. While we're at it, we're going to put Crystal into B tier. This game added genders, it added color, it added so much to the original. It is a sequel to the original, but you didn't really get that. My biggest gripe, and why I won't put them any higher than this, the legendaries in these games, while I love them, don't get me wrong, I love Suicune, I love Ho-Oh, I love Lugia, I love all those legendaries, Raikou, Entei. They just, it felt like, it really felt as if these games, legendaries, didn't have any impact to the story whatsoever. They were just there to be there, you know? You would finish fighting all the Team Rocket and everything, and at the end you would be rewarded with that, but like, Nobody wanted them. They were just there. They were on the box. I will say that they were the first ones to do box legendaries, which, as you can see, the trend continued a very disgusting amount. But I just wasn't a fan of those legendaries and how they were implemented into the game, as a whole. That doesn't take away from everything good about the game, like the fact that you can run through both Johto and Kanto. That's such an interesting thing, especially when you didn't expect it. There was no real way of knowing that until you beat the first part of the game. I think these games were really good, and I think they're rated in a very good spot. I would like to say so, because while that's, they're better than Red and Blue, come on now. Why did I have to fight 4 level 23 Coughings with a level 30 Typhlosion, a level 38 Typhlosion? That doesn't make sense. The level curve in this game is so bad. XP is so rare. But the music, the vibe, the overall gym leaders, the Elite Four, everything, masterpiece. Oh boy. If you already can't hear the music that is playing right now, these are going in A, and Emerald is going to get an S rank. I'm going to speak Emerald on Emerald because Ruby and Sapphire were the original, and then Emerald is just the better version. Emerald ended up fixing a bunch of stuff, ended up fixing a bunch of the gym leaders. I didn't like what they did with the Elite Four at the end. I feel like they should have left Steven as the final boss, but I did like that it was a secret boss at the end, but I would have preferred Steven to be the final fight in the Elite Four. But it doesn't mean that I hate this game anymore. This game did something very... First off, the starters, Mudkip, little baby Mudkip. He's a friend. Look at him. Look at this man. Look at him. Look. He's a little dude. Him and Fampy. I'll never forget setting the clock and Crystal to 8 o'clock just so I can catch Fampy. Look at these guys. Look at them. Look at them. They're cute. They're cute. You can't tell me no. You cannot tell me no. They're absolutely adorable. I also am putting Emerald higher than both of these. I feel like both of these games are more of a challenge compared to this. Alpha Ruby and Omega Sapphire. This game is going into C tier. I can already see it. I can already see the people fuming. Ugh! How dare you not agree with my opinion? I don't give a rat's ass. I don't care. These games are too easy. Way too easy. I don't like these games. I would prefer to play the original over these games any day. I will say these have way better quality of life than these, and that's why they're not getting any lower than a D or a E. But I played these games growing up as a kid, and they were a lot harder. I would rather rerun any Emerald, or do a run again with Emerald or Ruby. I'll never forget copying their teams, any teams that I would any YouTubers that I would watch, like Chica Conroy or anything like that, and I would just copy his exact team and play and name them exactly the same way and just play alongside him. That, to me, that was a lot more fun. These games right here, it felt like they were trying to grasp the same light that Ruby and Emerald and Sapphire did. It just wasn't the same. It really wasn't. You cannot sit there and tell me that when you saw Groudon and Kyogre pull up and started squabbling their beef together, they were like, oh hell no, you did not show up. And then out of nowhere, the green sky dragon comes out of nowhere and quells their anger. These legendaries felt impactful. It were affecting the terrain, the environment. It was such a cool thing. And then Emerald added the Battle Frontier, which Ruby and Sapphire were lacking. How could I put this any lower than an S? I can't put this any higher or any lower. It deserves an S. Just straight up. Moving on. Fire Red and Leaf Green, I'm just going to quickly glaze over this one because it really is a better version of Red and Blue. I will be putting this in A because these are the better versions to play these games right here. It's just a better one. Just play this one instead. It's a lot better. It's a lot more entertaining. I think it has a lot more content as well. I think they deserve a good solid. You know what? I'll put them in B. I'll put them in B. Just to be a little fair on that. So I'll like lower my nostalgia of it a bit. I don't think that's fair just because I have nostalgia to put it in A rank. But I think B is a good place. It don't suck. It's the original 150. It's a lot better than playing Red and Blue. I think these are good. I think that's a good place to place them. Diamond and Pearl and Platinum. Here we go. This right here. These games. I did not grow up with these games, so I don't have any personal attachment to them at all. I don't think they're bad per se. I would like to put this game right here into B, and Platinum, we'll put it in A. I didn't hate any of these games, but the UI is so slow for both of them. I see no difference at all in both of the games, other than Platinum has way better. It's a more polished, complete game. But the music, the music in these games, beautiful, absolutely beautiful. I love the music in this game. I actually enjoyed the story more or less. It wasn't like eye-catching. Like, I wasn't like jumping out of my seat to see what Cyrus's plan was, but I think these games did a pretty good job at giving kids in the early 2000s a brand new take on what Pokemon could be, competitively, visually. I love the starters. I don't hate any of the starters from Platinum. I think they're all good. I should also state I don't hate, of all the lists of Pokemon that I have Pokemon games that I have rated right now, I don't hate any of these starters, and I don't hate any of the Pokemon designs or anything like that. I think these games are perfectly rated. I think they're really good, and I think if you have patience, avoid any tanks and just go straight damage users, special attacks and physical attackers, and just blaze through the game. Because if you have a Blissey or a Snorlax, for some reason, if you would ever have a Snorlax, you're gonna be sit there waiting for that HP to scroll down. And let's not forget the legendaries right quick. Oh my God, can we just for a moment take a second to how well they were incorporated into the story and how powerful they felt? I want you to know it really went from the weather Pokemon that dealt with weather and like the sky and everything to motherfucking time and space and antimatter. This is Satan. Canonically, this is Satan. This is Lucifer right here. As a kid, that blew my fucking mind. Are you kidding me? I loved it. I will say, the reason why this definitely gets the B rank is because it was lacking in Pokemon that Platinum really corrected and added more evolutions, or at least access to those Pokemon's evolutions a lot earlier, so you could use some of the older Pokemon that you liked and play with their evolutions like Murkrow, Lickitung, Mischievous. Like, I think those were cool features or additions that they added that in the base Diamond and Pearl they did not have, and I did not like that. Next on the list, I didn't rate these with gold and silver and crystal for a reason. They're going into A tier, and I know someone's booty is already itching. Your ass hair is crooked and it's stabbing you in your butt cheeks. I can already feel it. Why is this game not an S? Why is this game not an S? Because it's just not. This game, I will tell you, I grew up with this game. This was the game I grew up with. I played Soul Silver as a kid. And I'll never forget, I didn't know anything about Pokemon. I didn't know how to catch. I didn't know where Pokemon went after I caught them. I didn't know anything. I had a level 98 for Alligator till the end of the game. I didn't know that. I didn't know there was anything else. And he had all my HMs. You know how mad I was when I couldn't learn any new moves? I was livid. And when I found out you could, you know how happy I was? This game right here, I feel like impacted the lives of so many kids growing up. The ability to walk with your Pokemon was given to us in yellow, and this game expanded upon it. And I think it did a very well job. It was not hard to do what they did. I wish other games could have done the exact same. It's the thing holding this back from an S rank is the fact that the level curve stays the same. I will say it copies assets from both Gold and Silver and Crystal. It is possible to catch, I believe, both, actually, if I remember that correctly. But the level curve is still the same. They didn't change that. Pokemon got more evolutions, more better competitively and everything. But why am I fighting Team Rocket's final boss and he has 5 Weezings? Not Weezings, Coughings. Why? Level 23 Coughings. Why? Like, you could have fixed that. This game could have been a better game. It really disappointed me on that. But another reason why it's getting an A rank, other than the phenomenal soundtrack, I know I can count the people that I know I've met that have played this game all the way to the end. I'll never forget sitting in my bed with my covers over my head, and I would explore Mount Silver, and I got to the top and I saw some mysterious figure, and then that music plays and you end up fighting Red. That happened in Gold, Silver, and Crystal, but it didn't have the same effect that Heart Gold and Soul Silver had to me. And that's why I'm putting it in A rank. Now we're talking. S rank. There's no other place that I could ever put this in S rank. And the sequel also gets an S rank. I did not grow up with the sequel, and I would prefer the original over the sequel only because I grew up with it. This is my nostalgia goggles on right now. I'll never forget running through this game, because now when I got this game, I got it on my birthday, right? No, I got it after my birthday. It was like my birthday gift because it dropped March 5th. My birthday was March 3rd. I'll never forget getting this game, sitting down and playing it. And I was like, what the fuck? Where are my original Pokemon? I don't know any of these guys. Who are you? I didn't understand it as a kid, but I played the hell out of it. I'll never forget, I gave it to this one Asian guy. His name was Eugene. I think he was Korean, because I used to take piano lessons and he used to be a clarinet player, I believe. He was like, hey bro, man, I got an action replay. Give me your game and I'll cheat stuff for you in that game. I was like, oh, thanks, man. Oh my god. I gave it to him. I thought I was never gonna get that game back. I really didn't think I was. Next time I saw him, I got my game back. He gave me level 100 Crocodiles, level 100 Wailords, level 100 Zekroms, Reshurams, all of it, the works. And I was just shook. I had Cherish Balls, I had Master Balls, I had Rare Candies, I had everything. I'd never had so much fun in that game. And then I grew up and I lost it. It was gone forever. I believe it fell through the seatbelt covers. Not seatbelt covers. Inside my mom's Honda car. Her Honda at the time. And I lost that game forever. And that game is forever gone now. It breaks my heart knowing I could never get that, or my original copy, ever again. I have them now and it will never be the same. But I played them again as an adult. I think this one, It had a passion. The legendaries were sick to me. I love the designs. I love the starters except for Embor. Fuck you, Embor. I don't like you. You look disgusting. You grew on me, but I don't like you. Snivy all the way. These games were a magnificent... It's what Pokemon could have been and should have been. They were difficult. They gave you new Pokemon that you had no idea. It was like you were experiencing Pokemon all over again for the first time. New moves, new things, new everything. The gyms were beautiful. They didn't look like carbon copies anymore. They added both Pokemon centers and Pokemon marts together. The Elite Four, oh my god, amazing. The way the legendaries were implemented into the game, I loved it. And then there was a whole little section at the end. I don't care if people say the designs were trash or linear, or the game was linear. There was not enough backtracking. I didn't care. It was fun. I enjoyed it. It made me feel like a kid again. And that's a feeling I could not price. I could not put a price on. And then when Black and White 2 came out, the sequel, that game, it elevated everything that Black and White was. It added more Pokemon. The original Pokemon that were in the older games, they added it all. And they added more features, more competitive features, more super bosses, more final fights, harder difficulties. You could transfer data from your original game and play against not play against, but have all the same little features. Like the name of your player would be in the beginning home you started at in the original game. So like you would go all the way back to what was it, Nuvema Town, and you would see your name right there. All the trophies you earned from the first game, they would be there. Everything. And that's cool. You didn't start again from that original spot. You actually started from a completely different place and went around the region in a different way. And they added so much more. Just 10 out of 10. I could never put just an S. If I could put it higher, I would. It's just a great game. I would play those over everything else coming up next. Now this is where we start to get into the decline. I'm gonna be fair now. I'm gonna put X and Y into B. I know someone's mad. I already feel it. How dare you put my X and Y in B rank? I don't care. I didn't like these games that much. I would have put them lower, believe me, but I started playing them again recently and they're kind of growing on me. I don't hate them as much as I did before. I don't like the music as much. Like, especially the music in Black and White. Woo! Woo! But I did like the story. I did like some of the Pokemon that were included. I really did like Honedge. I love Froakie. I love Fennekin. We do not like Chespin in this house. Chespin was cute, and then he evolved into Chestnut, and then I hated him. I hated everything about Chespin. Disgusting. Trash. Ugh. Can't stand Chespin. I did like the story, but the gym leaders just felt not as memorable. Be realistic. After the fourth gym leader, do you remember any other gym? Do you remember any other gym leader after the fourth gym leader? Do you? Be honest, because I sure as shit don't. I did like the legendaries, but they didn't feel powerful enough. I want you to know these Pokemon, right? These legendary Pokemon right here were supposed to signify death and life, right? Yveltal being the one that takes away life, and Journey is the one that gives it. Compared to a motherfucker that controls time and space, antimatter, and then these guys over here that were about ideals and truths. I just can't. The only reason they're getting B rank, by the way, is really because that Mega Evolution, I was a big fan. It just felt so anime to me. While some Pokemon didn't deserve them, and others that did deserve them didn't get them, I still think it's cool. Like, you can't sit there and tell me that it didn't fucking look awesome to see, like, your favorite Pokemon get another evolution. Come on now. Mega Blaziken, please, come on. Fire. Absolutely fire. The rivals in this game were the weakest I feel like they've ever been, and I think they only get worse from here on. I did like the rivals everywhere else, I will say. Other than that, that's getting a B. I just can't. Sun and Moon. Sun and Moon. E. Ultra Sun and Moon. F. The only reason why Sun and Moon is getting an E rank is because of the Guzma theme, the story final fight, and Rowlet. Rowlet is such a goated starter. You can't hate on Rowlet. I love Rowlet. He's just a little dude. Look at him. He's a dapper little dude with a bow tie. When he evolves, he's a goddamn. He's a butler. He's a butler. And then when he evolves again, Grass Ghost. What starter did you know got ghost typing? And then he used his feathers as a... Come on now. Come on now. Absolutely fire. Other than that, L game. And then Ultra Sun and Moon just kind of made it worse. You got rid of that awesome final fight. Like, what was the point? F tier. I did not like the Elite Four. I will say it was amazing that they had the first flying type Elite Four. Then Scarlet and Violet. Scarlet and Violet. Oh my god. Scarlet and Violet just added another flying type Elite Four. I was not a fan. I didn't like it. I did not like it. I'll put it in E tier. It copied the same thing. It got rid of the national dex. Well, not that one. Sword and Shield did. And that's going to F. Disgusting. I don't like you. The fact that I played both Scarlet and Violet. I only played Sword. I played pretty much all these games to completion. The fact that this game right here, I can't remember anything about this game. There was nothing I cared for about this game other than Snom. The little bug ice type. Cute little dude. Look at him. He's a friend. And Hatternine. The little floppy ear motherfucker with the hat. I love that guy. Look at him. He's a friend. It's the fact that I'm rating Scarlet and Violet above Sword and Shield. Only because I think they, compared to the open world we had in Sword and Shield versus the open world we had in Scarlet and Violet, I feel like they targeted the open world better. But it's still so empty and it's so glitchy. The only person I liked in this game was Larry. I didn't care for anyone else. Team Star, joke. The Elite Four, I like them a bit, but other than that, not really. The gym leaders hit or miss. Only Larry was the only cool one to me, because Larry was a whole mood. Other than that, I didn't like any of the starters except Fuecoco. The rival Nemona, we gotta stop giving the rivals happiness and make them more dickheads, or give them depression or something, because they were onto something like that. Happiness in my rival? Hell no. Oh my god, you beat me? You're just a good trainer. Where I want Gary. Homie would be like, where are your bitches at? Oh, nowhere? Not surprised. Bro, I want to hate my rival. Not be like, yeah, he's a friend, I guess. Come on now. But the music in Scarlet and Violet, I'm gonna rate it up there. I'm gonna put it up there. For that music, that Area Zero theme is wow. And that final fight with the professor, great. The only other reason I would put this in E is because of the DLC. That DLC, oh, that was something. Those DLC, the first one was kind of like mid, like it wasn't bad, it was pretty good. But that final one, wow, you got to fight a completely different Elite Four, and every fight was a double battle, and they were competitively good. Like, it was hard if you didn't try. These were difficult. I like that. It was such a difficulty spike. I was a big fan of that. And then they added the Gen 5 starters and Gen 5 Pokemon. Wow. Well done. Well done. Sword and Shield L. Just get I can't stand you. I really can't. I can't remember anything about you other than those Ugh. Alright, now this one's gonna be controversial and I know someone's gonna hate me for it, but Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, B. I'm gonna put them above Diamond and Pearl. The reason why fans hate it so much is because it was like a remake, and they thought they were gonna just copy Platinum and just remake them into Diamond and Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. But what they actually did was just copy this game and put a fresh coat of paint on it. But I was okay with that. I don't know if anyone else, like, I don't understand why these games get so much hate. Like, you guys love Platinum, not Platinum, Diamond and Pearl. If you like Diamond and Pearl, this is the same thing. Like, some of the Pokemon were actually a little more difficult too. Not too much. And it was a little more easier. Like, at one point, the Pokemon would just, like, as long as you were friends with them, they would hold on with, like, a little bit of HP. And that was kind of annoying because it's like, I can't really control that. But it's just these games with a fresh coat of paint. And I'm okay with that because I never grew up with those games. I don't know. I like them. And the fact that they added every single event, so now you can actually catch them. I can actually fight Arceus how it was supposed to be. Come on now. I don't know. I just think they got a lot more hate than was expected. I don't know about the music too much. I prefer the DS music over the Switch music. I didn't really pay too much attention to it in this game per se, but I'll put it in B rank regardless. I think because I did play it and I did enjoy my time on it. I think that's a pretty good place for it. Pokemon Legends Arceus, yawn, D tier. Next. I know people are mad. I already know it. My friend is angry. I can already feel it. I don't like this game. It's the only reason I'm not putting in E rank is because it did the open world a lot better than Scarlet and Violet did. The catching feature was very satisfying and very interesting, but also got pretty repetitive and boring after a very long time. The agile style and the strong style was not a fan. That bootleg Dark Souls fights were like kind of mid. I did like how natural the Pokemon felt, but the graphics, come on. Breath of the Wild came out first and it looks 20 times better than whatever the hell you gave us on Pokemon Legends of Arceus. Come on. The lack of fights. The lack of, how do you give us these styles and not have us fight more trainers? There were so limited trainers. There was only 2 good fights and one of them was like the final one. Come on, man. Ugh. That's a shame. It had missed potential for sure. But other than that, you get a free shiny in there, so I can't complain too much. Finally, Pokemon Colosseum and XD Gale of Darkness. B tier. B tier. I love the double battle features. I just wish they remade these games and they weren't stuck on GameCube. The story was a lot more interesting, I think, for sure. And I really did like the fact that you had limited Pokemon to use and you were stealing people's Pokemon. It was obviously, because they were treating them bad, but I still liked that. I think that was pretty interesting. And they had a connection with the Game Boy games of Ruby version, Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald. And I like that. I think this was a it was a more serious game than it was actually supposed to be, I think. But I loved it all the same. And the harder versions for these games, like the ROM hack versions, I think are an absolute banger. These games are a sleeper, and if you're sleeping on these, try them out sometime. But yeah, that's my list. If you agree, hold on, let me edit this real quick, because I do like Heart Gold better than Ruby and Seth, and I kind of a little more than that. This is my list. If you don't agree with me, you're just wrong, and I don't care. That being said, guys, thank you so much for watching. Let me know where you guys would place these games and which one's your favorite way in the comments down below. If you liked the video, please hit the like button, and subscribe. It would really help out a lot. I'm trying to grow this channel out, see how far I can go. I think this will be the take that I record and edit and post. Thank you guys so much for watching, and have a wonderful night. May your heart be your guiding key. Yes, I know I'm cringy. Shut the hell up. I don't care. Good night.